morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Gregor here again. I just thought I'd do this came this morning. I forgot all about it, to be perfectly honest. I haven't got many British tanks, so I thought for a change we shall do a review on the Cromwell Mk.IV. So looks a nice little kit. I say I've just literally got it 5 minutes ago, so I haven't even opened the lid yet, so we'll all share that together. So it's, as you can see, it's a Tamiya kit, obviously 135 scale. The kit number is 35221. So, and I got quite free. I just paid £20 for this, which isn't too bad actually, considering I've looked on the other side, it's about £25, £26. So there's nice artwork on the front, as you can see. All looks nice and nicely drawn. And on the side, on the other side, we just have the usual again, just the normal, what's on the front of the box, and on the other side is exactly the same. And on the side we have a different version, slightly different version. It's a winter camouflage scheme. Tempted to do that, I don't know yet. And you get a command figure as well, which is quite nice. And on the other side we have just the normal normal green desert one. Is it not desert? It's normal green green camouflage, the English tanks. Nice markings on there as well. So looks an interesting little build. Right, so let's crack the box, as they say, and let's see what we've got inside. I say we'll just do the usual that I normally do. Start from the top and work our way in. So I shall just put that to the side. And the first screw out of the bag is, it looks like some of the turret obviously and some of the armour. Let's have a quick gander. Yeah, it's quite nice, that, nicely detailed. Oh, it's got one of the thing forks on as well for doing the hedges. I wondered what they were, and my good friend Steve Mottram gave me a bit of information. It was quite nice, you know, it was a hedge cutter, and to pull things down, you know, from the Germans hiding the edges during the D-Day landings and things. So yeah, it was a nice bit of information, so I know what it's for now. And as you can see, it's got a nice rivet head, nicely written, nice. I forget the dog its teeth back. The rivets are nicely moulded, really quite nice. It's well nice and crisp, you know, no flash. There's no texture on the turret, it's pretty plain, I think, but I think you've got to say we've got the armour to stick on the outside of that. So, no ugly injection marks. It's a bit of a suspension by the looks of it, I would think. Nice details again. Nice detail on the bow gun, but I think it'll probably be too small to drill the end out. I think it'll be a bit too small. I'm going to have a go. I can always snip it off anyhow and put a tube on off the contact adhesive, the Umbral one, or Revell, is it? I can never remember. It's the Revell Contactor Professional, I never remember, so I'll probably do that with the gun, take that off and put that on. I've got a couple of shovels and things like that. Looks like the grab handle or the gun, you know, the gun cleaner. Got the cupola on the commander's cupola on the front there, nicely detailed again. Nice little sprue. So the injection marks are where they should be, where you're not going to see them. It's a nice start, that. So let's put this back in there. The next one we have the low hull. A bit of marking on the bottom, nothing too much. That's obviously where the injection thing is. That'll sand off, that's no problem. Pretty bland on the sides, nothing on the sides, no texture or anything. Even on the front, nothing at the moment. But I say there's all these armour plate to go on a lot of this, so this will be all hidden, I would think, as well. He says, he hopes. Right, the next sprue. Looks like we have the running gear and a few other bits and bobs, as well as the decals. I'm doing the later on today. I'm going to do a video on how to make trees later on, but I'm just waiting for a couple of things to set before I attempt to do it. But that'll be later on today, I would have thought. So let's carry on with the kit review. We have the running gear, nice detail on the wheels, really nice. And the sprocket, nicely detailed again. Obviously we've got the suspension arms. Looks like ammo boxes to go on the outside of the tank. It's a nice detail. I like the solid wheels. I do like the solid wheels. It's more robust. And we have the caps for the end of the wheels as well. And toe eye, which is nice. So I presume we have to make our own toe eye. Is it hollowed out? It's a flat one, this, but yeah, it is. Yeah, as you can see, it's hollowed out a little bit, so I won't have to drill it out to put the cable in. All nicely detailed again. Nothing wrong with that at all. Right, next sprue, I think it's, that sprue is exactly the same. There's just the same sprue, two in that bag. And then we'll have the decals out of here, there's quite a lot of decals. And they look really nice, to be perfectly honest. They really look quite nice. So, plenty of them, isn't there? Also, there's a few markings that we can do on this tank. So I'm considering it's well, not an old kit, but I think it's 2014 or 12, I think, I'm not too sure. But the decals look quite nice. Slightly shiny, but a bit of weathering and they'll go down nice. I've never had any problem with Tamiya decals. Right, next sprue. There's only the 5 sprues or 4 sprues. It's not a big build. Like an afternoon build or sort of a day build type thing, I would have thought. Right, let's have a look at this sprue. Right, we have the, as I thought, that goes on the outer side of the hull, on where the running gear, so there's a bit of rivet markings on there, quite nice again. That'll take a nice wash, quite nice. No injection marks. I don't know what that line is on. There's a bit of a, as you can see, there's a bit of a line on there. I don't know what that's from or with. It's probably something to do with the injection. I don't know, but we'll soon get covered up. It's no big problem. And then again we have all the bits and pieces, more applique armour, more bolt-on armour for the front, I would think, and then for the rear, by the looks of it. Yeah, nice details again, nice simple little kit, but really well detailed. There's the cupola. There's the front hatch, the front plate for the machine gun and the driver's hatch, I presume. Again, nicely detailed again. There's a few little, yeah, quite nice. Got a slight texture to it, as you can see. It'll probably lose it, but it's there, so I might just do a bit of something to sort that out. I'll see when we get it built. There's a slight texture, but not too much at all. But there again, it's a nice little kit. And then we have the main hull, the upper hull, which is nicely detailed. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is going to be covered up with the boxes and the one bloody hell, my teeth today. Other bits and pieces. It's got nice detail on the front. As you can see, it's not a large tank. It's more of a, I think it's an infantry support tank more than anything. I don't think it was particularly fast. I think it just moved similar sort to the troops. And then we have a figure. Considering it's not bad detail actually. You can see that. I'll focus in. There's not bad detail actually. have some more armour. And the rear, I think that'll probably for the front as well. Yeah, of course for the front of the armour. So see the slight there is a slight texture on it. I just hope it holds up under you know, an undercoat and then a top coat. If not, I'll have to put some Mr. Surfacer on, just to bring it out a little bit more. But yeah, it should be a nice little build. Everything's, you know, nice and clean. Let's look at the figurehead. Yeah, it's not too bad either. Can we see him? Yeah. Yeah, not too bad at all. He's got his earphones on. It'd be nice if they'd been separate so we can paint it separate, but we can't have everything. A few little bits and pieces at the top look like the lights and one thing and another. Yeah, nice. Nice little detail on a little tank, infantry support tank. So as you can see the texture, you know, it's very slight, but it is there. So the only thing we can see is when we get around to doing the weathering and painting, if it holds up. Yeah, quite nice, very nice. The tracks, we have rubber band tracks. People don't like rubber band tracks, I don't have a problem with them at all. So they're nicely, no pin mark, there's 1, 2, 3 little pin marks that you can hardly see. We can, let's have a look, see if we can bring it out a little bit. Maybe won't be able to with my, you see it just, let's get it, bring it down a bit, that's where we're at. See, it's that hard to really see. Yeah, probably where my finger is. Nope. No, we're not going to see it, but you can hardly see it, so it's not going to be even worth trying to get out. But this air track's nice. Nice detailed on the back. Really are nice. And there's no pin marks or anything on that. They're really nice. I like them. They're not bad at all. Very nice. And obviously there's 2 of those. Daft thing really to say, but obviously there is. And then the last sprue we have some of the netting for the grills, polycaps and a bit of clear in there as well. So okay, quite a lot. Just wish this was 4 to wedge, but we can't have everything. But it'll work, it'll be fine. I've done it on the T55 and a couple of other vehicles that I've built, and it looks quite nice when it's all done up. Obviously the cable, I won't be using that, but it's there anyhow. I like the polycaps, so you can take the wheels on and off. It's a good idea, that. I do like that. Makes it easier. Right, and last thing in the box, obviously, is the instructions. Right, so we'll start off with the first page. Obviously, everything's written in Chinese, so I haven't got a clue. And then we have in English and presumably it's German or something as well in there. Right, it's a booklet, right, in the booklet it's a pull out one. It's got a bit of information again about where the tanks were and how they were distributed and what troops and brigades they were issued to. Got a nice bit of information there, worth a little read. And then we start on the build. We have obviously the tools that you need and do's and don'ts. And just pull this light a little bit further up here. There we go. So we have the do's and don'ts on there. The tools that you probably need. Most of it's in foreign, and it gives you a little bit of English, not a lot. And then we start off with the back cover. Well, the looks of it, looks like the rear of the tank. And then we'd obviously do the running gear next. Very straightforward, nice with the polycaps in. And then we start off with then we go on to the lower hull. There again, nothing to overthink. Yeah, it is the rear. Fairly straightforward again. Put the suspension arms on, and then the armour over the top of the seat, running off of the suspension arms, and then the wheels. Let's have a look. And the wheels on there, so there's nothing Looks like a simple, like I say, a nice simple build. And then we're on to number 7 and 8 and 6 is obviously the tracks. Obviously I'll leave the tracks off till last. Let's get this so we can see it properly. Let's just bring this light down here. Just a second, sorry about this. And then we have, there we are, yeah, done that bit. And then obviously the wheels. It's telling you not to cement them. Obviously with the polycaps there's no need to. And then we move on to 6 and 7, and I just found 6 and 7. I hate these bloody things when they do them like this. Right, there we go. Then we got 6 and 7 and 8, which is obviously attaching the upper hull. What's the matter with me today? Upper hull to the lower hull, and the tracks. I'll leave the tracks off for the last. I won't be putting them on until near the last thing after it's all been painted and things. And then obviously we got the front hatch and the machine gunner. You can either have it open or closed. I shall see. I'll have to decide when to build it. And then we have a couple of the storage boxes to go on the outside of the tank. And then it's telling you to do the track construction. It said tracks can be glued using plastic cement, so it's the newer type, so we don't have to get a hot screwdriver and melt them, which is good. So after that we go on to number 9. Let's find them. I hate these bloody things when they're like this. Really dislike them when they're like this. I just make a nice little booklet, it'll make everybody easier. And then we've got this the assembly of the upper hull. So let's put bloody lights again. There we go. Is that better? And then obviously we've got all the storage boxes and the grill to go on the back there. A few grab handles. And some of the sub things I've put on there now, like the front plate with the machine gun and the boxes, and then some of the fenders and the muck guards on the front, and more armour and more boxes again. We've got the light cover, the thing around the lights. Fairly straightforward, nothing too difficult again. Right, let's find number 15 now, whatever it is. It's terrible. And then we have to start with the two-piece barrel, unfortunately, but it doesn't look too difficult to get anything out of that at all. It's only 2 lines, I'm sure we'll get them off. There's a bit of the breech as well in there, which is quite nice. Nothing, nothing much there, but it's there. Quite nice. Obviously, we can have the hatch open, which would be quite nice. You can see into it a little bit. There's a bit of detail on the inside, not a great deal. Just on the bottom of the thing, a couple of little seats and things, if you where the commander sits. And then, as I said earlier on, all the bolt-on armour around the turret, so we'll lose that smoothness, which is good. That goes all the way around. It says open hole from inside, so obviously that means drill it out, I would have thought. So it's fairly straightforward again. And then we're on the home straight. And then we've got a bit of a hatch assembly again. And then obviously once all the sub things are done, we can place them all into the tank and glue them open or shut. I'll probably have them open if there's a breach of the gun in there and the tank commander standing in the top. Yeah, well, that's what I'll probably do. So just putting some more stuff on the turret. Fairly, nothing. A few lifting eyes and things like that. And then we place the turret onto the upper hull. Obviously the detailed paintwork for the tank commander. And then it's saying about the attaching the string to the tow eye, so we're using cable instead. It doesn't give you the length. It's 12.5 centimeters in length, so at least it gives you sort of what it should be, and it'll fit hopefully. So that's 17. Is that it? Oh, 18 is more plates on the end. Is more. Teeth are terrible. Obviously, both toe eyes are on the cables on one side, and there's a driver's hatch. Again, you can put it open or closed, and then we have the little hedgerow cutting device, which is, as I explained before, goes on the front, and the cowling on the back. It tells you Normandy cowling, so obviously this is a later version near the end of the war. And then I think that's the complete build on the Cromwell. But we have the painting, and let's give us it in English. I thought it was all bloody gobbledygook there. So we have the option of doing the Commander Squadron 5th Royal Tank Regiment 22 Armoured Brigade 7th Army Division, which is the star on the top and that. Might do that one, I think that's on the artwork, I think that's on the front box, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously it gives you the colour call outs. And then again we have the Armoured Observation Post Tank 5th Royal Horse Artillery 7th Armoured Division, which again is very similar to the, they've still got the star on and other bits and pieces. And this other option is the Divisional HQ Squadron 1st Polish Armoured Division. Oh, we've got a Polish thing set there. Quite nice as well. Gives the options. And then the last one we have a Divisional HQ Tank 11th Armoured Division. I think they're all, XF1, XF26, XF52. I think, they're all the same colour. Yep, all got that same colour. But I say, it says on the side of the box we've got a winter version as well, so I'll have a look into that. It's a nice little quick easy build for a, an afternoon or an evening or a day build. Goes together fairly straightforward. So that's the end of that review. Like I say, later on today I'll be doing I was looking online about making trees, and I found a couple of other different ways of making trees, and I did a trial run yesterday, and it came out really well. So I thought, well, I shall do a little review on how to make them with different style trees, shapes, Christmas trees, pine trees, that kind of thing. I'm going to do a first two today and another two in a couple of weeks' time when I get the other, well, couple of days' time, because I can't do all four in one big go. It'll take too long. So I've broken them down into two stages. So that'll be later on today, I would have thought. So thank you very much for watching, and if you like what you're seeing, give us a big thumbs up, and thank you to all my subscribers. We're slowly creeping up. It's nice. It's nice to see an appreciation, and thank you very much. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll see you later.